Guys, I'm Jack from Jack's Jogging. Today I'm going to be telling you how to start running. Now running is a brilliant activity and when you start it you'll never regret it. So to start off with, I'm going to be telling you what gear you need to get before you start running. So here I have these. These are the Asics Gel Venture 9. They're quite good running shoes, so I'd recommend them for a beginner runner. If you want to watch me review these shoes, please look at another video on my channel. So they're good running shoes for a beginner. And these are good for intermediate runners to advanced. So here they have nice foam soft base, so it's very comfortable because you don't want to get injured. They're also Asics, they're Fuji Light 4. Highly recommend them for intermediate to advanced runners. So here I have my last bit of gear that I would recommend. So it's a nice water bottle. So you've got the handle here. I always use this on my runs. You've got a nice handle here. It's quite light. It holds a lot of water. I'm not sure precisely how much, but it's really good when you're running because a lot of water bottles, they're really quite hard to hold. You can also get wristbands that you can have water pouches, and you can get rucksacks with water bags in them, have like a pipe going into your mouth. I think they're also very good, but they can gather mould and they're quite hard to clean because like a bag. This is brilliant. The plastic is good, so if you put boiling water in it, it won't melt. So yeah, that's what I think for what type of gear you need to get. Now, the second step to starting running is definitely nutrients. Now you need good nutrients, so I recommend water, like I said a minute ago, because that's quite light before you do the run and on the run. Energy drinks sometimes help, but they're not that good. I think also for food, you'll probably want to eat some carbohydrates like 12 hours before. It's very good, maybe like pasta or something. Bread, basically, 12 hours before. It gives you good enough nutrients. Now, this depends on what type of running you'll be doing, but if you're doing competitive running or just long endurance running, you'll need a lot of energy. So I recommend this. Basically, it is a granola bar. So granola is basically oats mixed with syrup. So this is very, very tasty as well, and it gives you a lot of energy, and it's very light. So yeah, I highly recommend these for energy on your runs and before your runs. So you don't want to eat anything too heavy before you do your runs, otherwise it can really affect your run. Yes, so step number 3 is definitely warming up and cooling down. So this is very, very important because obviously, say you don't warm up properly and then you on the run you might pull a muscle, and that will put you out of action for months. Like when I started running, I never warmed up and never cooled down. I just got there and I was like, run. And then after about 2 weeks, I really started to get achy and it really wasn't good and it really affected my running. It put me out for about a month. It takes a lot of time to recover as well. So basically, I think start off light with your running as well, and you need to do plenty of warm-ups and stuff. I recommend doing arm warm-ups like this. Really gets your shoulder blades good, because think about it, you'll be doing like that. Also think leg stretches. Leg stretches are very, very important. You can see I've got another video of perfect warm-ups, and also cool-downs are very, very important. So for cool-downs, I wouldn't really recommend stretches because your body's always already been stretched while you're doing your running. So I recommend maybe like a 500 meter jog for a beginner, and up to further and further for a really slow jog. It's basically just a bit faster than walking for a cool down. So yeah, warm ups, cool downs, they're probably the most important part of starting running, and throughout your whole running journey you need to do them. Now step number 4 is training. So you'll need good training. Basically, I think for a beginner runner, this all depends on what kind of distance you'll be doing. I'll be doing a video a bit later on where I'll be telling you how to run the perfect 5k. I do have a 10k video, so click it right here. It's really I'll tell you a lot about like how to get really good distances of 10k. So this all depends on what kind of runner you are. Like I'm okay at sprinting, but I'm best at endurance. So I need a lot of energy and carbohydrates in my body to keep going. So yeah, I think for training, of course, I think it's good to probably, this, like I said a minute ago, depends on how much running you're doing. It's good to maybe try and run half a mile a day, but you'll need rest days, of course. So what you'll want to do is you want to build up your muscles. It's not good to suddenly start at a distance and then you don't get the time or like amount of running that you wanted, and you feel like, oh, I could have done better. I know I could have if I trained. So basically, I think that training maybe for around 5 weeks for a beginner of like maybe half a mile a day to get a nice kind of maybe 35-minute pace for 5k and around maybe 55 minutes for 10k. I don't really run many other distances, so I do run sometimes 1k and like 100 meter, 200 meter. They're the kind of distance where it's good to train for like sprinting. So I think I think sprinting is kind of up to 600 meters, and then it goes into like middle distance, which is 800 meters, and like up to probably around 3k, and then it starts to get to endurance and then mega endurance. So yeah, I think now I'll tell you about the kind of running you can do. So I'll just say about the kind of running that I know. So there's sprinting, which is like, I think it's like 50 meters, then up to 100 meters, then 200, 300, 400, 500, then 600. Then that's what I think like sprinting is about. Like for distance. You can also get like hurdles for sprinting, and then middle distance is really from 800 to 3000, and then I think that endurance is really from around 5k really to like, I reckon maybe 26 miles, so that's a marathon, and then it starts to get further and further, so like 50 miles, 100 miles, 150, 200. You can do like ultra marathons, I think they're around 100 miles. So I really hope you found this video helpful, and I really hope that it inspires you to get on with your running journey.